Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I made these UV resin night lights. So I got this 2-pack of night lights from the Dollar Tree, and I believe they were $1.50, which makes them about 75 cents each. And they're the ones that has the sensor light in it, and it is a white light. And the part that we're going to decorate, the acrylic, actually is kind of in the shape of a shell. Now I did do another video using 2 of these lights, and I will link that in the description box. So I'm just going to clean it up a little bit, wipe it down with some 91% alcohol. So I just sprayed it on the acrylic, and I'm just going to wipe it with a paper towel. But the other 2 night lights that I did in the other video, they're more like sea life night lights. These are going to be dried flowers, dried pressed flowers. And I'm going to use my UV resin that I get from Amazon. I get 4 of these bottles in a package, and I'm just going to bring you in so you can really see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go around the edges with the UV resin first, and then I'm going to fill in the middle. And then I'm going to take my popsicle stick, and I'm just going to spread the UV resin out to the edges and make sure it's spread evenly over the whole shell. And then I'm just going to take my little lighter there, and I really like these. I got these in a 4-pack from Amazon. To pop any bubbles there might be. And then I have these pieces of green foliage that I got off of Amazon, I think last year actually. And so I have these leftover pieces. I'm just going to put some on my nightlight shell there. So when I add my greens, my green foliage first. And I'm just taking my tweezers. That kind of helps with laying it down. It's very hard to do with gloves on, so you want to get yourself some tweezers. And really with the flowers, I think a set of tweezers comes with it. So I'm just going to get different pieces, and if it's too long, I just use my manicure scissors to cut the green foliage down. And then I cure it for 2 minutes, and then look at this. You see this? My flowers are already on there. So somehow I missed the footage of me putting the flowers on and curing that. But I did cure it under the light for 2 minutes after I put the flowers on it. So I put the green foliage on it, put the flowers on it, cured it under the light for 2 minutes, and now I'm going to top coat it with another layer of resin. And then again, I'm just going to take my popsicle stick to even it all out. Now, if you keep watching, you'll see that I did a purple nightlight, and you'll see me placing the flowers down. I was so upset with myself that I did not get me putting those flowers on the nightlight. But these actual packages of flowers that I'm using, I got those at Goodwill for a pretty decent price, I must say. I was happy to find them. Happy, happy, happy. And now I'm just going to take some red glitter. And this glitter came in a package that I got from Ollie's. And I'm just going to sprinkle it on. Now, I do wish I had put the glitter on when? Oh, before I put the top coating of UV resin on. I wish I'd have put it on right after I did the flowers. But that's okay. It still turned out okay. It's just you can feel texture on it. So I just added a little bit more resin and then kind of smoothed it out with my popsicle stick. Put it under my UV light for 2 minutes. And this is a Let's Resin UV light that I got off of Amazon. And here it is. I think it turned out pretty good. It's dry, it's cured. But I do have some overage where the UV resin kind of slid down to the back. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and cut that off. And I realize I probably could have cut myself doing it this way, but I didn't. There's no bleeding in this video. No finger cuts. But there's probably a better way of doing this than the way I did it. But the drips on the back weren't totally cured. Some of it came off real easy because it was still kind of wettish. But this part here was dry, was cured. And you see I'm kind of struggling trying to get that off and trying not to cut myself. I was trying to make sure my fingers were out of the way. I know it does look kind of dangerous and I'm sorry about that. But I finally get that off. And there's my nightlight. But see, you can see the texture from the glitter that's on it. So I'm just going to move my boards and my mold out of the way so you can see the nightlight better. See what it looks like. I know it's not very up close or anything, but I'll have pictures for you at the end. And there it is. But I'm really sorry I did not get a film of me placing those flowers. I was flabbergasted when I'm reviewing the video and when I pull it out from under the UV lamp, the flowers are already on there. I was like, what? But anyway, so I take the other nightlight that's in the package and I clean it again with a 91% alcohol front and back of the acrylic, just to give me a clean piece to work with. And then I'm going to place a thin layer of my UV resin down, going around the edges first, and then filling in the middle. And like I said, with this one here, you do get to see me placing the flowers, thank goodness. Just taking my popsicle stick, making sure the resin is around the edges, and then making sure I have an even layer around my whole piece of acrylic there. Once I get that done, then I take my lighter and I pop any bubbles there may be. And then I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to start placing my my green foliage down. And a lot of it is pretty long, so I do have to cut it down with my little manicure scissors. So I cut a piece of that off, and this is going to be the first piece that I place down. It's pretty big. I'm trying to figure out which way it goes. Here we go, just pressing it down a little bit to make sure it's in the resin. Then I have this long skinny piece. I'm just using my tweezers to place it down because it would be very difficult to use my gloved fingers. And like I said, for the previous one, these green foliage pieces in the package, they came from Amazon, and I've had them for probably a year or so because I used them in other projects that we did. And this is what I had left over. But even after a year, they're still good. Now these purple ones, they're like the red ones. I got them, I got several packages of these dried flowers from the Goodwill store. I guess somebody was getting rid of them. So there were 2 packages of each kind, and I think there were like 6 different packages. So this one here, I just cut a lot of the stem off of it. I'm just going to use the flower top. And you do want to make sure you're putting them on correctly. There is a front side and a back side sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And if there is, you want to make sure you get them facing the right way. Of course, you want them facing up. And these do have some green pieces in them, but not very much. And you don't get, I think they're all the same. So I really liked using the old ones that I had. I'm trying to figure out what I want to go there. And I felt like that one was a little bit too big. Let me get this daisy. Yeah, that one worked out pretty good. So I'm going to use the daisy. And then I'm going to add some more of the little smaller flowers. So I have a piece here I had cut down. Kind of fell apart on me a little bit, but I still used it. It was okay. I was trying to put that stem behind that flower, but it wasn't wanting to work for me. So I think I ended up, yeah, putting it kind of underneath the daisy there, and that worked out. Trying to decide what else I can put on there. So I'm going to cut off this one of the darker purples, and find a spot for it right there. I'm going to move that one a little bit. And did you see that one just fly away? That's because I have my ceiling fan on. Okay, so I decide that's good enough, and I'm going to take my white glitter that I got from Hobby Lobby and put that on there. You don't really see it too much. And this is when I wish I would have done the red glitter on the previous one, was at this stage, after I put my flowers on and before I cured it. So I'm just going to put this under my UV light for 2 minutes. And again, like I said, I got this from Let's Resin off of Amazon. Okay, so I'm just taking my toothpick, testing it out to make sure it's cured, and it is. And I did prop it up on a couple of silicone molds so that the end of the plug was even and the acrylic piece was even, so you know my resin wouldn't kind of slide off. And I did have some overages on the back of this one. It was about half cured, so I was able to pull it off pretty easily. But it was a pretty big piece. And then I'm just going to wipe it with my paper towel. I'm going to pick up those pieces and throw it away. So now I'm going to do my top coat of UV resin. So this goes over top of the flowers, because otherwise, you know, your flowers can get, you know, probably chewed up or whatever, torn up if you don't cover it. So this protects them. So I put it all around, and then did the center part, and then I'm taking my popsicle stick and evening it out. Make sure it's all around the edges, and just an even layer all over the piece of acrylic. And I'm taking my lighter and I'm popping any bubbles. And the sensor on this is when it's dark, it lights up. It's not a motion sensor, so, but when it's dark, it does light up. So I did cure it for 2 minutes, and I'm just testing it with my toothpick, and it is cured. Now I did have some overages, some drippage. So I'm just going to take my little pliers there. These are jewelry jewelry pliers. And I'm just going to try to pull off or break off the resin that ran off the edges. And I think there was just a couple places. You just want to make sure when you're pulling this off that you don't take it over the top, the front part of your piece of acrylic. You want to keep it in the back there so you're not pulling off any of the front portion. And there we go. That's the last of it. So here it is. You have to let me know what you think. I know you didn't get a lot of footage of the red one, but which one do you like better? The red one or the purple one? Let me know in the comments. I like the brightness of the red one, but I also like the purple one. So I like them both. There it is, so you can see it a little bit better, and then I'll have some pictures for you. I think it turned out pretty good. So here's the red one. The top is in daylight, and the bottom is with the light off. And then the same with the purple one. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the red one because it is brighter. Anyway, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, think about doing so. And I will see you in the next video.